have that kind of day where everything gets weird? Step out in the morning with your coffee to see all your garden statuaries have come to life and are fighting each other? Head out from work and your car gets fatally pecked by a giant chicken? Eat at your favorite restaurant only to have your childhood crush slaughtered before you get dessert? No? Huh. That's what happens when you deal with the staff of chaos. Book 3 in the Lady of Death series by J.F. Posthumous.
All right. Yeah. So we've been watching Star Trek here lately, some of the newer stuff, trying to catch up on it. And I was hoping to actually get on some fan panels at DragonCon this year. So we started burning through, borrowed a friend's account so we could start watching them on Paramount. And I got to say, I am not impressed with the new Star Trek. I really don't. I watch Deep Space Nine all day long. I love Next Gen. And yeah, some of it's cheesy. The graphics are but it was early 90s. Voyager even. Voyager was a good series. It was all about the exploration and all this and that. They touched on things constantly, but you still had that exploration going on. I mean, Deep Space Nine was the one out of all of them so far that didn't really have any true exploration. They did some after the Dominion War, and they started going through the wormhole and things like that. But they were exploring more of social issues than anything when it came down to DS9. But the way they did it was classy. It wasn't message fiction, Picard season 1 was good. Yeah, I just got a message. No. It was something different, and the fact that they're doing a long arc versus the creature and the problem of the week, I like that. I like having the long arc to look forward to, and they can set out that plot structure and everything else. And season 1 of Picard, absolutely, that was good. Then we went right back into the same time travel Borg that it always seems to fall into. Enterprise really didn't get into that, but you still had the Xindi issue going on, and then you fell into time travel again. It all comes back to the temporal war. It's like they're locked into that, and they can't get beyond that to get into the exploration. Now, we haven't touched on Lower Decks doesn't really even count for all that. It's comedy. But we haven't gotten to Strange New Worlds yet, so I'm hoping that that's going to be the savior for the new Trek versus the old Trek, because I'm just not feeling the Trek vibe with the new stuff. It's season 2 and season 3 of Picard were fan service. I mean, that's really all they were. Decent little character developments. We got a lot of wrap ups. We got to see our favorite characters all over again. And they closed that section down. That we really didn't. Well, I guess we kind of with the movies with the original series, we got to wrap up and we got that taken care of. But it just that's really all the second 2 seasons of Picard were just fan service. Discovery is a whole other thing. it has been riding that ragged borderline edge of becoming message fiction. And I don't care what your message is, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be in your fiction. If you want to get on a soapbox, do it someplace else, not in the fiction. And I've got a serious problem with the writers of Discovery. It's like, we're 4 seasons in. We're almost done with the 4th season. We got 1 episode left to go. And I really don't know much about the bridge crew. It's the Michael Burnham show the whole way through. And you get Saru, you get Tilly, who drops out into season 3. You get Stamets, the engineer. Those you know really well. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. The ops officer. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. We've gotten a little bit about her, but not much. I mean, it's just like a little glimmer. Detmer, we've gotten a little bit on her and a little bit of her background. We saw a little bit of, I can't even remember the android's name or the cyborg's name who died in season 2. Got just a little glimmer of who she was, and then she died in that episode. The comms officer and the tactical officer, we don't know anything about them. I'm 4 seasons in. I should know who these characters are. So I've got a serious problem with the writers of this thing. That's not Trek. You know who the characters are. You know who the main bridge crew is. You even got the extras like Chief O'Brien and oh crap, played Murdoch on 18. I can't remember what his character's name was now. But he was on Next Gen, and he ended up getting into a bunch of trouble and all this and that, and he was real anxious. Barclay, that was it. Commander Barclay. We got to see all these other characters, and in all the other iterations, we got details about these characters. There was at least one episode in season 1 centered around the bridge crew. Even in Enterprise, you got to know Captain Archer. You got to know Soto. You got to know Trip. You got through all these different characters and got to know them on a personal level. Discovery isn't about that. Discovery is something else, and it does not fit my form of Trek. Because you just need to have that supporting cast that you know. So I'm really hoping that I get a lot more out of Strange New Worlds when we start it. Might start it tonight, might not. Might just go ahead and just take a break from it and jump over to Lower Decks, just shits and giggles of it. Yeah, it's not Trek, and I don't know why they thought it would be like that. And that's really my biggest problem. I mean, I got issues with the tech, but okay, Star Trek, it's got tech issues to start with. But the ship, okay, the mycelial network, okay, cool. That's a cool little interesting new thing we can play with. All right, yeah. But the ship itself, it's like you got the big spitty bits on the saucer section. I'm like, no, that's a structural engineer's nightmare. What the hell is this crap? It's pre-Kirk. So it's supposed to, Discovery started out supposed to be going 10 years prior to Kirk's Enterprise 5-year mission. So it's just like, what the hell? No. No. Now, one thing it was kind of cool was seeing the Enterprise and Discovery side by side, where Discovery is actually bigger than Enterprise she's wider. Let me see if I can find it. Wow. It's hump day and nobody is around. Where is it? I was hoping I'd find that scene real quick where they had them flying side by side. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Share this. So a little hard to tell, but in all the other scene shots that I saw, the saucer section of Enterprise was actually smaller diameter. Granted, Discovery's got things missing, but that ring right there and that ring right there, they blow up, open up. Nope, I want you open. Crap, I lost it. There it is. Um, those spin. That's wrong. But when the shot that they had set up with them side by side, Discovery was. Oh wait, there we go. Nope, that's not it. Discovery was a good bit wider. The cell configuration is a little bit different. Okay, cool. It's new. It's interesting. The fact that they crashed Discovery on a planet, I've still got issues with, but that's a whole other thing. It's almost like they took an old school Romulan warbird and crossed it with the Enterprise. That's what they were going for on the design. I had heard somewhere that the rough design for Discovery was based on some of the old designs, just like was it the Daedalus class science vessel or medical vessel. It was actually the original Enterprise class or Enterprise from the original series, and then they're like, no, we just don't like that, and then they ended up going with one we all know and love. But I heard that design and layout was part of the original designs, and they went ahead and just kind of resurrected it from the ashes. But I'm a ship nerd. I'm a Trekkie nerd. I like this shit. Ooh, hey, size comparisons. That's sweet. What is that? Okay. But yeah. So we'll see. They're supposed to be doing a 5th season of Discovery. I don't know how well it's going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to be worth watching. I'm already on that point of I don't know if I care. So I've got my fingers crossed for Strange New Worlds. I've seen previews. I've seen clips. It looks awesome. The way that they introduce Strange New Worlds in Discovery, tying in Pike, and he comes over and takes over while Enterprise goes for a refit because she got banged up pretty good. They were returning from their 5-year mission. It's like, okay. So we'll see. And fingers crossed, I guess. So y'all take it easy. I will catch y'all later. It's time to get back to work. And where's my freaking button?